start well, start formally, start well. With a good person, start well. Continue well. Not in a relationship you are slapping each other. That's not continuing well. Continue well all the way up to the end. Not doing some. Continue well. Up to at the end. Get married. Get married well. Not that one is pregnant and then quick. A wedding. Quick. After 30 days. No, sometimes not even 30 days. 20 days after the wedding day, firstborn. Full-grown baby. 9 months baby. 4.8 kgs. No. Don't find yourself at that level. Get married. From there, in church. At your church. Not also finding just... No, I got a call recently. Someone said, the situation. So, and to bless, we were just wondering how much you would charge. I said, no. It's not about, it's about doing things the right way, isn't it? Not just finding any preacher in town and then they bless your wedding. It's not that way. It must be done properly. So, start well. Continue well in your marriage. Continue well up to the very end. Are you there? That's what we are talking about. So, 1 Corinthians chapter number 3 and verse 10. 1 Corinthians chapter number 3 verse 10 from the KJV. The Bible says, according to the grace of God which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation and another buildeth their own. But let every man take heed. It says, let every man take heed. Let every man be careful. So the matters we're talking about, there are things to take care in doing. They're not things that you do them while sleeping. They're not things that you do them, like you just lazy through. It says, take heed, be careful. These are important matters. Are you listening? It says, take heed how ye buildeth thereupon. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Jesus Christ. 12. Now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it will be revealed by fire. For the fire shall try or test every man's work, of what sort or of what quality it is. If any man's work abide or stands, which he has built thereupon, you shall receive what? A reward, isn't it? A reward. There shall be joy. There shall be celebration. If you start well, continue well, and you finish, there will be a reward. You will celebrate your life. You will be happy. And you will not be the only one happy. Others around you will be happy with you. So there will be a reward. Then he says, if any man's work abide, which he has built, thereupon he shall receive a reward. Verse 15. If any man's work shall be burnt. So there are some works that are burnt. If any man's work shall be burnt, he shall suffer loss. That means he has lost it. But he himself shall be saved. So it doesn't mean that if your relationship or marriage is not going well or hasn't gone well, it doesn't mean you have died. It doesn't even mean you have ceased to be a Christian. No, it just means you have suffered loss in this area. Yet so as by fire. So that's what we have been talking on. We have shared so much on it. Just a quick recap on the headings that we have tackled. Because what we did is, I tried to, you see, I am not a professor. I don't try to make simple things complex. So I try to find the best way that I can take complex things and make them easy and interesting. So you are listening to them, you think there are some easy, interesting things. But you see, those concepts are actually deep spiritual concepts. I'm just trying to make them easy so that anyone can easily choose them. You understand what I'm talking about? Yes. Like you see, they would make quinine. They'll take quinine and pound it into powder and, add a little bit of drops of water and make a child to drink it. You see? The same way that others can make life complicated, others can make it easier. So these things that I'm teaching you, even though they may sound easy, but they are very important, very, very important. And I tried to use this illustration of building a house on how you build. So we said the first step is what? The first stage is what? Design, isn't it? I said the first step is design. Conceptualize it. The first step is not buying a land, it is designing. In other words, you're asking yourself, what type of a house do I want to have? The same way, you're asking yourself, what type of a relationship do I want to have? What type of a family do I want to have? What type of a wife do I want to be my children's mother? What type of a house, what type of a home do I want to have? You see? So you are looking at the design. You are looking at the destination. Where do I want to get to? What would I look at and say, this is a wonderful home? That's what you're looking at. That's the first step. The first step is not buying a land. Once you buy a land, and then you want to design on the land that you have bought, you end up with a design that you didn't maybe previously think about, or that's not really what would make you happy. You end up compromising. In other words, you end up in a position where you say, okay, this is what I have, so what else? So you don't start by getting a boyfriend in your life and making the boyfriend what you want them to be. You don't get a lady and then make the lady what you want them to be. First have a picture of what you want your relationship to be like, on what you want your family to be like. And then this is going to determine certain things you must do. Are you there? The second stage that will... Now, this, what I'm saying here is in summary. Over the 2 weeks, we have looked at this in depth, isn't it? So if someone is coming here on and it's their first day, so they are just writing in their notes. Number 1, design. Wonderful. Number 2, no, you haven't gotten what we are talking about when you say design. Get the CD and listen to it. That's what will help you more. Number 2, we said to what? Calculate the cost of your building or your vision. So here, you are looking at this that I want to do. Okay? What do I need to do that would help me, okay, to acquire that design that I want? In other words, how much will it cost me to build this house that I want? What must I do? What do I require? What must I prepare on? The same way, you're looking at the type of a relationship, the type of a family you want to have. You're asking yourself, what must I do to have such a type of a relationship? Is there something I need to do on myself? Something I need to work on my life? Is there an area that I'm lacking where I must work on? I told you about, before you go to finding the right one, first become the right one, isn't it? You know, sometimes people want good things, but themselves are not they are not good, but they want good. So you think other people are good and they want bad because you are bad. So I want a prayerful woman. Someone that can make me prayerful. You think people want others that to make them prayerful in relationships. People want those that are prayerful and we must journey together. Are you there? Yes. It's like saying that, you see, I want to drive with someone to Karonga, but I want someone that knows how to drive. So as we are driving, you know, sometimes you will be driving, sometimes I'll be driving. Then you ask the question, do you know how to drive? He says, no, I don't know, I will learn. So you want to journey with someone that already knows how to drive. You immediately become excess luggage in the life of the person, isn't it? And that's what has happened to some people. They are carrying excess luggage in their relationships. So calculate the cost. What do I want? Then see, what must I do? What must I become to get to what I want? Life is not about guessing your way. There is no one that comes to the top through guesswork. No, there are things to learn, then there are things to do. You don't become great through guessing. So calculate the cost, see what you must do, and do it. Isn't it? What did we say was the third step? So the third one we said what? Buy the land. We said buy the land. Now on buying the land, we are talking about you're going to buy the land that will help you to build your designed house, isn't it? So you buy a land that is suitable for the design that you have. In other words, you are finding a partner. You are identifying a partner. You are identifying someone that you want to be in a relationship with. Now, the people that you identify and say, sister, I want to be in a relationship with you. Those people must be those that fit your design, isn't it? It's not about what I said, love on first sight. Now, the fact that it's love on first sight, you are clicking, it doesn't mean you are going the same place. The fact that you have got what they call chemistry, that doesn't mean you are going to the same place. Actually, it is not even just going in the same direction. It is going to the same destination. Do you know that two people can be going the same direction but not the same destination? So someone could also be a prayerful brother, but destination, what level of prayer? Someone could be, you know what, I love the Lord, I want to serve God, but the question is to what extent? You see? So it's not just about we are going the same direction. Of course, that's a bare minimum. The minimum is at least, hey. Minimum is same direction. Can you tell your neighbor, minimum, same direction. Yes. So minimum is same direction. But somehow others, someone is going this side. They are going there. But they still get them. And then they start pulling it out. Hey, please. Hey. Two different directions. The minimum is same direction. But the best is not just same direction. It's same what? Destination. In other words, what do I want to do with my life? What do I want to accomplish? What type of a life do I want to have? What type of a family do I want to have? Then you get someone that has got a similar picture to the one that you have. You know that we could all be prayerful, but not all of us will pray the same way. You know that? Some want to pray 5 hours. Some are comfortable with 2 hours. So it's not just about, you know, let's go pray together. No, it's let's go pray together. How long are we going to pray? So journey with those that you're going in the same direction and have similar what? Destinations. We talked about that, isn't it? And you see, I pointed out something last week. Very, very important. Let me say it again. I had said that, okay, let me use this example. All the land that you admire, do you buy it? Like when you're going to Cholo tea plantation. You know, you drive there, you love it. You even, take videos. Sometimes you go out, take selfies with the tea on this side. You have a wonderful time. Immediately, do you ask for land so that you can buy there and build? As you're driving to Lilongwe, so many sceneries that you appreciate. You even take photos. You love them. You put them on your status. Instagram say, wow, this place is nice. Wow. You want to associate yourself with the place. So you take a photo to make sure that place is in the background. But do you immediately buy it and build a house? Let me tell you, some people in life must just be appreciated. Take photos with them. Have them as your friends, but it doesn't mean you make them your home. They are not destiny sharers. You don't share your destinies with them. Just appreciate them. And I'm telling you, there are some men that are so fine. Like you'd want at least one photo to take it with them. After the service, meet them. Brother, one photo. Go to the studio with him. But may we start a relationship with them? Cholo tea plantation, isn't it? Are you there? How many of you like the lake? You like visiting Mangochi when you have time and opportunity? But have you built a house there? You see, it's totally different. You like the lake, but that doesn't mean having a house at the lake. You see, many people confuse people that they like and people to spend a lifetime with. The two are different. Very different. There are some men that you must not get married to. You men, are you listening? There are some, I'm saying now men. Men, are you there? There are some, look at me, men. There are some ladies, you look at it and say, yeah. Hey, you look at it, hey. Ask them for a photo or two. Say, sister, stop. Me and my friends, can we take a photo? And you take photos and you put them on WhatsApp, your status, your Facebook, say after the service. My friends, people in my life, put all those photos. But when we are talking about wife, it's a totally different thing. Someone ever said something, said that there are some girls that make good girlfriends, but they don't make good wives. You know the one that makes a good girlfriend? The one that makes a good girlfriend is often the one that when people look at you, they say, wow, you have eyes. You have got 4 eyes, my brother. In other words, you see double. People say, wow. But at home, it may be a different matter. This one that is a good girlfriend in town. In other words, you're talking about front desk. The one on your front office is not the CEO. In your office, it's the CEO on the front desk, the reception desk. So there's actually, I'll tell you something. Most people on the reception desk, they don't get as much money, So there are some people, they are front office material. When you take a photo, all people say, hey, is this one yours? You say, yeah. But, can we take care of the house? 0. Can we take care of children? 0. Can we make money? 0. Can we do this? 0. Can we quarrel? 100%. I told you, there are even some men, the way they dress, the way they do this, the way they look, the way they take care of their hair. You look and say, wow. Brother, you take time on yourself. Admire them. Have them as your friends. Sometimes make sure that when you're taking a photo, they're in your background, One of my church members, this one is my friend. This one, my zone member, that's all. When you start discussing marriage, tell them, no. The two are different. Good cameraman, committed in church, committed whatever. Good company. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not talking about him. Good cameraman. Knows how to do things. Good protocol person. Good pastor. He preaches well. On fire for Jesus. Man, takaba, lekaba. Wow. Have them as part of your background. Befriend them. Chat with them. But a good preacher doesn't necessarily make a good husband. The two are different. Good protocol member doesn't necessarily make good wife. You see, learn how to differentiate the two. Hallelujah. So, we have agreed on that, all of you that are single. Actually, there are some people on WhatsApp, they are very good to chat with. When you meet them, sometimes they take you for a meal, they treat you well. Allow them to treat you well, but of course not too well. But let them just treat you well, enjoy it whilst it lasts. But it doesn't necessarily mean if someone is a good guy, then the same is good for relationship or marriage. The two are different. Handsome guys. Handsome is not necessarily a quality of a good husband. The same with beautiful lady. Go around in town and prove the theory for yourself. It's not necessarily a beauty, what everyone says, beautiful, Miss Malawi, Miss China, and then all of you go for Miss China. Just have a Miss China of your own. And you know the best way to do it? Just have, a Miss Aubrey. In other words, this is me choosing. I'm choosing one. I have chosen this one. This one is a Miss Aubrey. This one has won. Have it that way. In other words, you don't care what others are saying. What you care is the one of yourself, isn't it? Minister, doesn't agree with you. That's your choice. Don't live your life on other people's. Your struggles will not be their struggles. People are pushing you. That guy. You. You. Each. Hallelujah. Fourth one that we looked at. Foundation, isn't it? Now this is where I have to add a little bit more, and then we go to the other things. Now we said that, we pointed out that you don't actually start with decorating, you start with the foundation. Afterwards, that's when you decorate, and we'll talk about decorating today also. But foundation is very, very important. Like very, very important. It's not only actually important as a matter of preference, as in I like the foundation to be strong and this, I like it, I enjoy it. No, but because of its duty, because of its purpose, because of the task that the foundation has, because of the job that the foundation does, because of its duty or function. That's why it must be strong. Now I wrote down something for you. I was reading something on the internet, just to appreciate some wonderful things that engineers say. And I got to this one, very wonderful. So I copied it down for you. Hear this. It says that the strength of a building lies in a foundation. Actually, the strength of a building lies in its foundation. The main purpose of the foundation is to hold the structure above it and keep it upright. Then he says, contrary to our everyday experience, the ground underneath is not quite still or stable as we think. A house which is just put down on bare earth is more likely to be cracked or damaged over time by natural forces. Then the statement I liked the most. It says, a properly built foundation increases the amount of abuse a house structure can take and still remain safe for the people inside of it. Should I take that again? That last part? He says that a properly built foundation increases the amount of abuse a house structure can take and still remain safe for the people inside of it. Very, very important. Very, very important. Number one, what that is talking about is the three main importances of the foundation. Number one, the foundation holds the structure that is above it. The foundation is not seen. You can't see the foundation and appreciate it. Of course, even if you saw it, you don't appreciate it. But the foundation is often in the ground. You can't see it. You can't appreciate it. The foundation cannot take an Instagram photo. But it is what holds Instagram. You see? So the foundation is not visible, but it is what holds the visible part. All of this that you see in this auditorium is being held by the foundation that is there. So the foundation holds the load that is there. And if you want it to be a big building, tall building, then then the foundation must also be very strong, isn't it? So the foundation holds the load upwards. That's number one. Number two, the foundation isolates the structure from the ground moisture. So the foundation, in a way, isolates or blocks the structure from the ground moisture. What does that mean? You see, when you are walking on topsoil, you don't really appreciate how water tables are on the ground, the movements of water in the ground. Those of you that have studied a bit further, you understand when we talk about the water table and all of this, isn't it? Basic was that geography? Basic geography. They talk about that as we are here, there is water that moves, underneath or in the ground. So what the foundation does is to block this structure from the moisture or that water. Because if you just build it on that water, and then that water begins to go up, it will disturb this house, and the house will fall. The same way, when you talk about, this moisture, it was there already, isn't it? Before you built, it was there already. The same way, there are some peculiar features or characteristics of the person that you'll be involved with that were there before they even got into your life. For example, they come from a house where they like borrowing money. So they borrow a lot of money. Like they like borrowing. They borrow, they spend. They borrow, they spend. That's the ground that someone is coming from. And then you have found them like that. You see, you must learn to build the foundation that distances them from their present, from where they are coming from, isn't it? You could have someone that in their, when they were, for example, single and they were a bachelor, they counted all the pieces of chicken in the pot. I actually know someone, I heard their story. The person, as he would be leaving for work in the morning, he would take some sugar, isolate it, and give it to the people at home. Say, I have put here exactly 8 spoons. There are 3 of you, so each one 2.5. And then the person goes. You see, there are some people that are coming from such a background, isn't it? So you get them into your life. Some of those things you may not know as at now, isn't it? But as you build a good foundation, it helps you that the things you didn't know, that they have inherited from their homes, they don't affect this building you are building. Are you listening? You make sure that their past doesn't affect your present. They had 5 girlfriends before they received Jesus. Build a foundation that isolates their XXX to their now. You see? So that takes a good foundation. The third thing about a foundation is that the foundation helps you against natural forces that would come against a building. I'm calling them natural forces. You see, every building will face its own share of natural forces. It could be earthquakes, it could be movements in the ground. Those things are unexpected, isn't it? Do you plan for an earthquake? It just comes. The same way. Are you listening? Every relationship, every family will have its own share of natural forces that come against it. Things that you never planned, but they rise up from nowhere and they have got the potential to disturb your house if the foundation was not properly built. For example, this beautiful lady that you married 2 years down the line, as she's driving to work, a truck comes, bashes her car. She comes out incapacitated, wheelchair, scarface everywhere. The one that you looked at was a model to you. You said, what? My wife. Hey, when's the crash? Woman. What do you call it? Okay, Wednesday crashings, whatever. Okay, sorry. Woman crash Wednesday. Okay. Woman crash Wednesday. This lady will always be there. Woman crash Wednesday. Now, Scarface, incapacitated, wheelchair. The question is, this one is the one you are married with. And you said, till death, do us part. And you have been thinking she will die early. She's not dying. Saying, maybe 1 year she will die. She's not dying. I know of a man right here in Blantyre. The wife later on was found to have cancer, a serious condition of cancer. And that serious condition of cancer made this lady no longer to be able to move. She would just be at home. Lady that was fine and doing everything fine. Now she was confined to a bed. That means, married men, that also means nothing else, isn't it? If someone can't move from a bed, then you can't attempt anything on her, isn't it? You can't even expect to touch her or anything. So that means for the rest of your life, this is the position. Questions come. This one that you can't sleep with now, will you find someone to sleep with? This one that you can no longer take to a dinner, to a party, to what? Will you find an alternative? So those challenging times where you